G'day, have I got a story for you? Check the disclaimer. Season 1, Episode 70, Replica. Previously. I check all the girls' thoughts simultaneously, and they are all thinking the same thing. They are wondering why we are purifying water that is already the purest clean water they have ever seen. They want to swim, all of them. I try to connect with their thoughts, to help them realize what is truly happening, but their minds all seem locked in the illusion. Continues. I hear a loud voice call out, "Aquamarine! Designations!" I hear the 4 girls on my left call out what I assume are their names in turn. Should I call out my name when it's my turn? 5th girl. Now my turn. What just happened? I didn't say that. My name is not Abella. Why did my voice call out Abella? 7th girl. 8th. There are 13 of us, and I notice that all these designations begin with the letter A. Is there any significance to that? Abella. Who is Abella? My thoughts go to Zed. His sister's name was Bella. Not quite the same. How do I know that? Why do I sometimes just suddenly know things? Alistair thought it was something that happened with deep thinkers. That's what he called us, him and I, deep thinkers. I don't think Zed, Bella or Alistair have anything to do with this, whatever this is. I hear the loud voice again. "Aquamarine, submerge!" I see all the girls beginning to fall forward. Is this happening in slow motion? I don't want to fall forward into this putrid goop. I'm not allowed to want, 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 I'm not allowed to. Oh no, I already am. I try to hold my breath and close my eyes, but I can't seem to do either. Suddenly I am stuck, face first in this thick muck. I can't turn over, I can't hold my breath. I can't close my eyes. Is my voice speaking? Is this the end for me? I don't seem to be breathing. I can hold my breath a long time. I've done it before, but I usually take a deep breath in before doing so. My eyes are open, but they don't hurt, and I can't see anything. It's dark in this murky swamp. I feel unusual. I mean, really odd. Who is thinking the name Ayla? Do they mean Abella? Who is that? Why am I wishing that Ryan was here? Who is Ryan? What is happening? What was happening at that swamp? If that really happened, why am I still alive? Why did Sleepy Man and contracts? The big man, Lemond, kicks my leg and Fenella shakes me. "Stay awake," Lemond orders. I wasn't sure these big men could even speak. They obviously can. Well, this one can anyway. I wasn't asleep, I just closed my eyes for a moment. Can't they tell the difference? Why am I ordered around all the time? Why can't I do something that I want to do occasionally? I'm not allowed to want. I'm not allowed to want. those weird vocal things were gone. Maybe not all of them. Where am I being taken this time? If I had my choice, where would I go? I have no choice. 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 There is always another choice. Oh no, Pharamond, don't poke me with a needle again. If you want me to stay awake. Why? I wake up. Oh, my leg hurts. Where am I this time? I keep my eyes closed and scan with my mind. A woman, sleepy man, a baby. Is that my baby? 2 big men at the front door, 2 at the back door, 2 at the door to this room, and 2 right outside the window, I guess. Am I in the room where I have to sleep on the surface? No. But I am on the surface, I think. The house layout is very slightly different. Some rooms smaller, some rooms bigger, and the dining room next to the kitchen is unusual. I don't like it. The front yard is much smaller, and the backyard, well, it's just not the backyard. Those unusual things that the backyard contains are missing. And it seems to be huge, like it goes on forever. Maybe I'm in one of those simulators that give me wrong thoughts. Maybe they've done something to my mind so that I only think what they want. Maybe they took away my mind ability. Maybe the Mangler stole it. That's what he wanted to do. No. I know when I'm in one of those mind machines. Maybe this is a different mind machine. A new one that I haven't been in before. I scan to find out where I am and listen to thoughts to find out what's happening. They can't use their mind tricks on me. I always find out what's happening. I scan again. The people's thoughts this time. Oh, it's Elvar and Blas. Are they standing at the doorway to this room? Is this a room? I am still skeptical. They were not allowed to go to the surface because of their faces and hands. So why would they be here? Ebby and Brutus are at the front door. I know they often go to the surface, and they wear dark glasses to cover their unusual eyes. But why are they here? Lemond is at the other side of this window, with another big man, Leobard. 2 big men are at the back door as well. Oh, I remember them. They often follow the Mangler around when he goes to other facilities. Their faces are similar to Blas and Elvar's faces. Their hands too. It's interesting that all these men have the same ugly tattoo. There's a woman who looks like Fenella and Lola. I don't know this woman. She's not Fenella or Nuala. Who is she? And why is she here? Where is here? Is she Nuala? What has happened to this woman? Sleepy man. Is that really him? Yes. He recognizes me in his mind, but tells me to get out as usual. He's awake, which is odd. Usually he sleeps his life away, as he thinks of it. He is sitting in a chair in what seems to be some sort of a copy of the lounge room. Oh, he doesn't like the chair. It's uncomfortable. He likes the usual chair at the usual house. My baby. But not my baby. What is going on here? Where is my baby? Is this supposed to fool me? Am I supposed to believe that this is the usual surface house and that the new woman in the kitchen is the mother? She certainly thinks she is the mother. But Nuala also thought that she was the mother. The mother seems to be an odd name to me. But if this woman thinks that's who she is, I suppose that's what I shall call her. I don't want another smacking frenzy like the last time. Was Nuala's smacking frenzy the last one? Or have there been others? Now this baby. Oh, what a little darling. They've put those false memories in him, the same as they did to my baby. But underneath all that, there's nothing but scientists hurting him and a woman who feeds him along with so many other babies. This little baby has been given way too much milk, like my baby, to make him fat. Is that so I will think this is my baby? Is that so I won't be able to pick him up to help him? Like my baby. This is all confusing. Whether he's my baby or not, I will protect him from the adults. What is that noise? Is that the wind? All the big men are coming inside and closing the front and back doors. The woman has gone to the moon in the middle of the kitchen. How long will she be like that? Minutes? Hours? Days? Will her body eventually fall to the floor when it can no longer stand? Will she fall in a puddle of her own making, in the exact position as though she's a statue? The wind gets louder and I can feel fear coming from the people here. Sleepy Man is out of the chair, standing at the front window. He's watching the storm with some of the big men. The baby is still asleep. I decide that now is the time to open my eyes. I look out the window on my left and see what I assume is sand swirling outside. The white see-through curtains are different. They hang differently, and the part that has creases in it in the usual surface house has none. I look around the room, still laying in the bed. As I suspected, this is not the surface room where I have to be so often. The paint on the walls is brighter, the wardrobe is completely different, and the room is slightly smaller. The door handle, it's round. It's not even the same door handle. How will I be able to tell when it moves now? Where is the handle part that gets pulled down when someone opens the door? The door is open at the moment, and I know that Elvar is about to look in to see if I'm still in the same position. So I close my eyes and stay still. He is glad that my eyes are shut. Oh, he thinks I'm asleep. No, I'm not asleep. I'm just in the position he hoped I was in. I find it interesting that all these big men who think of themselves as bodyguards all have very similar thought patterns. When just standing still in their designated areas, it's like they have about 5 or 6 thoughts that they continuously think over and over again. They always seem to be in pairs. One of them who can, I suppose, think more thoughts than the other. The ones who think less have only 1 or 2 extra thoughts besides those rotating thoughts. They are all so proud of their names. Leobard, Limon's partner, is often thinking of a lion tattoo. Even now, while he's standing in the lounge room at the front window looking at the storm, he's thinking of when he will have the new lion tattoo on his chest, along with a similar tattoo on his right wrist. He already has the snake tattoo on his left arm, like the rest of these big men. All of them. Their thoughts are fairly simple, but their memories are just so jumbled up. The dog's memories are a bit like that, but she seems to be able to make sense of her memories, whereas these men just can't. They're not really sure of anything except those rotating thoughts and directives they must follow. Lemond, who carried me from the hospital by my ankle and kicked my leg in the car, his thoughts seem to be the most clear. He often thinks that these people around him are really not as important as they think they are, and he's determined to go up the ranks until he has his own facility. I don't think any facility has been run by a bodyguard before. When I look at their deeper thoughts, actually, they are also very different. The rotating thoughts on the very surface, one or two thoughts under those, then a few more layers of thoughts before getting deep into the jumbled memories. In those thought layers, they all look forward to when they don't have to attend those awful gatherings, wishing they could sleep more, hope to be assigned to one client only and stay with that client, curling up in a real bed to sleep or even a chair, instead of on blankets on the floor. That's about it for the thoughts they have in common. Blas often thinks about his next meal and what it might be. He always seems to be hungry, or thinks he is. When Elvar is with me, he often thinks, "Girl, okay? I make sure girl okay." The girl is me. Would he protect me from being hurt? No, he doesn't realize that what people do to me hurts me. Or does he? Maybe deep down he knows. It's hard to tell with all those jumbled memories. That must be so hard for him. One thing is odd. He actually likes me. And I know that I like him too. Someone likes me. I think so. Should I get up now? The wind is still swirling outside. No, I want to do a deeper scan of the woman. Will she be blank, as they so often are in their statue state? I want to know what's happening here with this replica of the surface house. A sleepy man might know. The woman isn't blank, but she does have those few thoughts just repeating in circles that sometimes happens when they go to the moon. They're not unlike the big men's rotating thoughts. Has the same thing been done to all those women as these big men? Sleepy man, what has he done this time? I see in his recent memories he was at another one of those awful gatherings. Why does he attend those so often? And why does he always take me? I see him putting his on another contract. No, 3 contracts. He also puts my there with his. Why is he still doing this to me? He just stands by and watches people at these gatherings hurt me over and over again. He is always the last one to hurt me, saying that they saved the best for last. Why do all the other people cheer him at the end? Oh, they have to. It's in one of the contracts. What does all that have to do with this surface house replica? Actually, he's wondering the same thing as me. Is he supposed to believe that this replica is the usual surface house? He recently wondered, where is his usual wife? Where is his usual chair? Did they deliberately make this one uncomfortable to annoy him? And is he and the girl the only two real people here? I am the girl, it seems. A real person? That's interesting. Right now, he's wondering if he's going to die in this, he calls it a sandstorm. I decide to stop scanning and open my eyes again. It does look like sand. Still laying down, I glance around the room, then look out the window again. I see swirls of sand being blown around out there. I find the sound sort of comforting, although I'm not really certain that I know what comforting is. It seems like while this sandstorm is continuing, I won't see that cloud or mist or whatever that thing is that appears at the window. Maybe that wouldn't happen anyway, since this is a different window. I look up at the ceiling in the corner. Why does it seem like I am being watched? How do I know that there is a big flat thing there when I see nothing there with my eyes? Is it a viewing pane? I know it is. Why can't I see it with my eyes? There's a viewing pane in every room of the house, even the loo. Why would anyone want to watch people go to the loo? There's also two in the hallway. Should I get up? If I stay here, will everyone leave me alone? No. Limond is watching the time. He is thinking of coming and pulling me out of bed by the ankle in about 8 minutes if I don't get up. Why by the ankle? Oh, he thinks it's funny when he hurts people. Why? I'm glad Elva is here. At least that's one person who won't hurt me. I hope. I get out of the bed carefully and realise how much my leg hurts. I try to make the top of the bed smooth, but these sheets, blankets, pillows and cover all have areas where they can't be smoothed. Oh no. Will a smacking frenzy ensue if the woman sees all these bumps and lumps? I check each layer again. Why can't I make it flat? I look at the doll's house. All different. Did they think I wouldn't notice? I know there are many more people at the viewing pane now, watching me, but it seems like it would be better if I don't acknowledge them. So I don't. I walk out the door and say, "Hi, Elva." Oh, he is thinking that I shouldn't know he is here. He wants me to ignore all the big men. How would I not know they are here? Something they did to my mind. He's been told that I shouldn't see any of them. If I shouldn't see them, why has Limond been thinking of pulling me out of bed by my ankle? Why does my life make no sense? I check Blase's thoughts. He's thinking about food again, He's paying no attention to me at all, as usual. Elvar doesn't seem to mind that I've walked out of that room. He follows me down the hallway, which seems far more narrow than the surface house. Oh, the end room is very small. Did they think I wouldn't notice? I can feel people's amusement who are watching through the viewing panes. They are such a long way away. Where is the baby? He's not in the cot where he was when I first scanned. I look at the cot. What is that? One of those doll things that they think I should play with? Why is it in the cot? I scan for the baby. He's in the cupboard. Why? How did he get in there? Oh, I see what they have planned. No. Just no. That's not going to happen. He's asleep, and it seems he was just put in there, so plenty of air for the time being. I will not disturb him. It is better for him if I don't even look. As Elvar follows me down the narrow hall to the kitchen, I know that the people viewing are disappointed that I didn't know where the baby was. But I did know. The assumptions people make about me. The woman isn't back from the moon yet. There are no dishes on the sink, so I open up the top 2 drawers so I can find the sharp knives to hide them. But they're not there. This cutlery is all wrong. Whoever did this replica didn't do a very good job. I walk through the end of the dining room quickly. I don't like it. I don't know why. Yet. I just don't want to be in that room. I enter the lounge room. Oh, the windows are a lot smaller. And where's the corner part of the window? There is none. I go to look out the front window with some of the big men and Sleepy Man. The sandstorm is making a lot of noise. Is this a normal storm or is this simulated? It seems like a lot of pressure on the windows. Oh, I see. The people at the viewing panes. I know what they're planning. I let Sleepy Man know that he should move away from the window, hoping the big men also stand back. But Sleepy Man behaves as though I don't exist. When the big men see that Sleepy Man doesn't move, they don't either. I go to the woman and risk a smacking frenzy by trying to shake her arm, but her body is so stiff. Nothing. Elvar follows me as I limp back down the hallway. The storm outside is becoming louder and louder. I open the cupboard and sit next to the baby. He looks a bit like my baby, but definitely not the same. I open the other side of the cupboard and ask Elvar to get in. He hesitates a moment, then steps in. He has to bend over to fit. Elvar and I pull the cupboard doors closed and wait. In a split second, the storm is suddenly silent. Did they change their minds? Yes, they decided there's no point if I am safe in a cupboard. I was thinking of asking Elvar to put the baby in the cot, but I think he might be safer in here. I try to open the cupboard doors, but there's something in the way. Suddenly they swing open, and I see most of the big men in the tiny room. How did they all get here so quickly? I'm surprised that this many of them fit. Lewand bends down to grab my ankle, but Elvar quickly puts his hand on my arm and says, "I got her." I don't very often hear Elvar's voice. I remember wondering if he could speak. Actually, Elvar hasn't really got me. His hands. I don't think he could grab anything particularly well. His hand is on my arm, and Limond thinks that I won't get out of his grip. He doesn't really have a grip. It's a nice change. My arm is not in pain. The big men turn and go out the door single file, and I stay next to Elvar, who exits last. I make sure one of the cupboard doors stays open just a crack, so the baby who slept through everything will have a bit of air. He is wrapped in a blanket and actually looks comfortable. He is in such a deep sleep. Is that normal? Sleepy Man is blocking the doorway to the lounge room, so the big men walk through the kitchen and dining room and stand at the front window again. Sleepy Man is looking my way, but above my head as usual. I don't remember him ever looking directly at me. Oh, except that one time when he glanced at me about a year ago and realized that I look like a replica of him as a child, but a girl version. Sleepy Man really believes that I am his biological child. Does he not remember? Thank you so much for joining me with a cuppa. I really do appreciate your company, you know.